Hello students, welcome once again. Today I am going to take exercise 14E, which will be the last part of chapter 14, that is money. Okay, so exercise 14E, this is the last exercise of this chapter. Okay, so here you see, so this is page number 1, 2, 3, page number 1, 2, 3. Okay, so as I am not going to write down the question here on the board because the questions are in your book. You may turn the pages. Okay, you may look over page number 123 and have the question. Okay, so the question number 1 is make a bill. Make a bill tea rupees 40.50, next sugar rupees 39.75, and at last milk rupees 22. So what we have to do? We have to make a bill. That means we have to find out the total amount of money which is required for buying tea, sugar and milk. Okay, so let's do the sum. Question number 1. So given what is given here? Tea, the price of tea is rupees 40.50, which we can write as 40 rupees and 50 paise. Okay, so we can write 40.50 as 40 rupees 50 paise. Okay, the next one is sugar is rupees 39.75. We can write the price of sugar as rupees 39 rupees 75 paise, and milk is what? Rupees 22. So first of all, let us do the sum. So here we are going to write rupees, and here I am going to write paise. So as in between, so you will find one decimal point. So here while doing the sum, we are not to write the decimal point. We are going to write it as rupees and paise. So 40 rupees and 50 paise. So 40 will come here and paise will come here. Okay, so the price of, first of all, we are going to write down the price of tea. So tea equals to what? Rupees 40. T equals to rupees what? 40.50. So we are not going to give here the decimal point because we have divided this into rupees and we have changed it into rupees and paise. So here rupees will 40 will come under rupees and 50 will come under paise. So why? Because this is what? Rupees 40.50. That is why I have written this rupees 40 under rupees and 50 under paise. Why? Because it comes 0.50. 50 comes before the decimal point. That is why I have written 50 under paise. Okay. So the next you see, sugar is rupees 39.75. Next we are going to write down the price of sugar here. Sugar equals to rupees what? 39.75. So I am going to write 75 here. Okay. 39.75. So 39 rupees 75 paise. Okay. The next one is milk. So the price of milk is rupees 22. Okay. Now we are going to add. Okay. So here what we have to do now? We have to find out the total. Okay, we have to find out the total. So now what we have to do? We have to add. Okay, we have to add. So as the price of milk is 22 rupees, the price of milk is what? 22 rupees and 0 paise. So we can write like this. Okay, 20 we can write. So if we write here 20, because we know that there is no value of this 20, okay, after the decimal place. So that is why I have written here 20. Now we can easily add. Okay, so total means what? Add. After adding, whatever the result will come, that will be the price of tea, sugar and milk. So here you see 5. So in this line you can see 5, 0 and the 5. So if we add 5 plus 0 equals to what? 5. Okay, so here we will get what? Here we will get 5. Next you see 7 plus 5. So 7 is the greater number here. 7 plus 5. We have to add these two numbers. So 7 plus 5 equals to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we will get here 12. So what we are going to do? We are going to write here 2. 1 will be in my hand. 1 will be in my hand. Okay. So now we are going to add these two lines. Okay. So 9 plus 2 equals to what? 11 plus 1, 12. Here again we will get 12. So out of 12 we are going to write here 2. That means 1 will be in my hand. Again 1 will be in my hand. So now we have to add 4 plus 3 plus 2 equals to what? 4 plus 3, 7 plus 2, 9 plus 1, 10. So here the answer will be what? Total will be what? 102 rupees and 25 paise. So we can write the total equals to, or you can write the total amount of money, or you can write the total equals to what? 102 rupees 25 paise. Okay. So here I have written the total is what? 102 rupees and 25 paise. Okay. The next one you see, question number 2, answer. So Asdar bought a t-shirt for rupees 375. That means the price of the t-shirt was 375. Okay. So he gave a 500 rupee note to the shopkeeper. So while buying it, okay, so he gave, while buying the t-shirt he gave rupees 500, as he doesn't have the exchange, that is why he gave 500 to the shopkeeper. Now how much money did the shopkeeper return? We have to find out the amount of money which the shopkeeper returned. Okay, so what we have to do? We know that the price of the t-shirt is less than that of the amount of money which he had given to the shopkeeper. So that is why we have to subtract here. So if we subtract rupees 375 from 500, then we will get the amount of money the shopkeeper returned. We will get the amount of money the shopkeeper returned. Okay. So it will be like this. We will get the, so here what we have to do? We have to subtract. So after subtracting 375 from 500, we will get the amount of money the shopkeeper returned. Here we can see in ones place the digit is 0, tens place also 0, 100 place 5. So we cannot subtract, we know that we cannot subtract 5 from what? 0. That is why to subtract 5 from 0, we have to, what we have to? We have to carry 1. We have to carry 1. So if we carry 1, from where we are going to carry? We are going to carry 1 from 5. If we carry 1 from 5, then here we will get 10. Here we will get what? Here we will get 10. That means instead of 0 we will get here 10. Now from here we are going to carry 1. If we carry 1 from here, then here we will get, instead of 0 we will get 10, and here instead of 10 we will get 9. Okay. So 10 minus 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. So 10 minus 5 equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 minus 5 equals to what? 5. So we are going to write here 5. Now we know that here instead of 0, instead of 10 we will get what? We will get 9. So 9 minus 7 equals to what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 minus 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 equals to what? 2. So here we are going to write 2. So here instead of 5 we will get 4, as we have taken 1 from here earlier. Okay, so here we will get 4. So 4 minus 3, 4 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 minus 3 equals to what? 1. So therefore we can write, therefore the shopkeeper returned, we can write the shopkeeper returned rupees 1 to 5. The shopkeeper returned rupees 1 to 5. Okay, so this is the answer for question number 2. This is the answer for question number 2. Next we are moving towards the next question. Now question number 3. Question number 3. So Jatin, the question number 3 is Jatin bought 6 pastries for rupees 15 each. That is how many pastries he has bought? 6. And the price of each means what? Each means 1, and the price of 1 pastry equals to rupees 15. So we have to find out the total amount of money he paid to the shopkeeper. So if the price of 1 pastry equals to rupees 15, then the price of 6 pastry will be more. Yes or not? So if the price of 1 pastry equal to rupees 15, then the price of 6 pastry will be more. So in this case, what we have to do? In this case, we have to multiply. We have to multiply 15 by 6. We have to multiply 15 by 6. After multiplying 15 by 6, we will find the amount of money he paid. Okay. So what we are going to do here? 15 multiplied by 6. So we know that 5 is here on the ones place. Okay, 5 is here on the ones place, and 1 is on the tens place. So first of all, we are going to multiply 5 and 6. First of all, we are going to multiply 5. First of all, we are going to multiply 5 and 6. So 6 multiplied by 5 equals to what? We know that 6 5s are 30. So we will get what? After multiplying these two numbers, we will get 30 as the product. So from there, we are going to write here 0. That means this 3 will be in my hand. Now we are going to multiply 6 and 1. 6 multiplied by 1 equals to 6. 6 multiplied by 1 equals to 6. So we have to add this 3. Okay, another 3. So 6 plus 3 equals to 9. So here we are going to write 9. That means he paid, Jatin paid rupees what? Jatin paid rupees 90. Okay, so we can write he paid rupees 90. Okay. He pays rupees 90. So he pays, not he. We can write he paid rupees 90. Okay. So the next question you see here, that is, so this is the answer for question number 3. Now we are going towards question number 4. Okay, we are moving towards question number 4. Now question number 4. So question number 4 is Mala got rupees 360 by selling 6 of her large flower pots. Okay, so what is the amount of money? So what is the amount of money he got after selling 6 flower pots? So he has collected a sum of rupees 360 by selling 6 flower pots. So we have to find out the price of one flower pot, or the price of each flower. Each means 1. That means the price, if the price of 6 flower pot is rupees 360, then we have to find out what is the price of one flower pot. So earlier the quantity was 6, that is why price was also more. Now the quantity has decreased to 1 from 6, that is why the price also will be less. So in this case, what we have to do? We have to divide which number? We have to divide 360 by which number? By 6. Okay, 360 by which number? By 6. So we know that 3. So we have to start, first of all we have to divide 3 by 6, then 6 by 6, then 0 by 6. So here we can see the digit 3 is smaller than 6. That means we cannot divide this 3 by 6. So we have to take these two numbers at a time. That means it will be, if we take these two numbers, then it will become 3, 6. That means 36, which is greater than 6. So we know that in 6 multiplication table 36 is there. 6 multiplied by 6 equals to what? 36. So here we are going to write 6. 6 6s are 36. Okay. Now we have to do subtract. 6 minus 6 equals to what? 0. 3 minus 3 equals to 0. Bring down 0 once. We know that when we multiply any number by 0, the result will be what? 0. So 6 multiplied by 0 equals to what? 0. Now again if we subtract, we will get 0. That means we can write he sold each pot for rupees 60. We can write he sold, or we can write the price of each pot is rupees 60. So we can write he sold each pot for rupees 60. That means the price of each pot, the price of one pot or the price of each pot equals to what? Rupees 60. Okay. So this is the answer for question number 4. Next is question number 5. Okay. Do these sum in your notebook. Do this sum in your notebook. So here, so under this several other questions are there. There is question. So first of all we are going to solve question number A. Okay. So here you can see again like the so this question 5A is like question number 1. We are going to solve it right now. So make a bill. Chair rupees 1200, 1200. Table rupees 2570. Cupboard rupees 5895. So here what we have to do? We have to find out the total amount of money which is required to buy chair, table and cupboard. Okay. So here, so we will find what here only one unit of money is given. So that is only rupees. So easily we can do this one, right? So chair. So what is the price of chair? The price of chair is rupees 1200. Okay, 1200. Next, the price of table is rupees 2570. 2570. Next, cupboard is 5895, 5895. So what we have to do, we have to get the total here, we have to get the total. Okay, so you have to find out the total amount of money. Okay, we have to get the total amount of money. So here we can see okay, so the in one's place we can see 0 plus 0 plus 5 equals to what? If we add 5 with 405030 whatever it is, then the result will be what? Always 5. So here we are going to write 5. Next one is the next line, we are going to add 9 plus 7 plus 0 or 0 plus 7 plus 9. So we know 9 is the greater number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 9 plus 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 plus 0 equals to what? 16. So 5 already I have written. From 16 we are going to write 6. 1 will be in my hand. Okay. So the next, you see, the next line we are going to add 2 plus 5 plus 8. So we know that 8 is the greater number. So we are going to give first of all 2 line, then 5 line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now start counting from 9 as it is the greater number. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15. So we are going to write here 15. 15 plus 1 equals to what? 16. 16. So out of 16 again we are going to write here 6. That means again 1 is in my hand. Okay. Now we are going to add 1 plus 2 plus 5, which is equals to what? 5, 6, 7, 8 plus another 1 equals to what? 9. So I am going to write here 9. So the total amount of money required to buy chair, table and cupboard is 9,665 rupees. Okay, 9,665 rupees. So the answer for this question is 9,665. Okay. Next we'll move towards question number B. We'll move towards question number B. What is question number B? Let us see. So Sony got rupees 51 from her grandma. That means he has gathered rupees 51 from her grandmother. She has collected rupees 51 from her grandmother. Next, rupees 100.50 from her grandpa. That means her grandmother gave to her rupees 51 and her grandfather gave to her rupees 100.50 and rupees 250.75 from her cousin, and she had collected rupees 250.75 from her cousin. So how much money did she get in all? So we have to find out here the amount of money he had collected in all. Okay, that means we are going to find out the total amount of money here. Okay, so total amount of money which she had collected. So if we add the amount of money grandmother gave to her and grandfather gave to her, the amount of money her grandmother gave to her, the amount of money her grandfather gave to her, and the amount of money her cousin gave to her. So if we add all this, then we will get the total amount of money she collected. Okay, so as here decimal 100.50, that means 150. If we change the unit, we will get 100 rupees and 50 paise. 250.75 is there. So if we change the unit, we will get 250 rupees and 75 paise. That is why we are going to write here rupees and paise, both the unit. Okay, rupees and paise. So we are going to write both the unit here, but we are not going to put here the decimals. Okay. So we can write, but while writing the answer, no, while writing the separately the answer, we are going to put the decimal. So first of all, how much she had collected? Rupees 51. Rupees 51. From whom? from her grandmother. Okay, the next one is rupees 100.50. 100 rupees 100.50. So 100.50. We are not going to put here the decimal point because we have divided it into rupees and paise. Okay. The next one is her 250 and 75. 250.75. She had collected 250 and 75 from whom? From her cousin. So we have to get the total amount of money she had collected. So here we can see nothing is there now. So yesterday I told you that in my previous class I told you that if 51 point, we can write like this. If 51 point, suppose 51.00, 41.00, 3.00 is given now. So then if we don't write this portion 0.00, it will be okay, no problem, because there is no value of this 20. So here we can add 20 to make addition easier. Okay. So now what we have to do, as we are going to find out the total, so we have to add. We have to add now. So we first of all 0 plus 5 equals to what? 5. So we are going to write here 5. The next line we are going to do 0 plus 5 plus 7. Now we are going to add these two. So we know that 5 is the smaller number, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay, now we shall start counting from 8, as 7 is the greater number. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So what we have got? 12. So from 12 we are going to write here 2. So 1 will be in my hand. In the next line we are going to add 1 plus 0 equals to what? 1. 1 plus 1 equals to what? 2. So here we are going to write 2. The next line, the next line 5 plus 0 plus 5 equals to 5 plus 5 equals to what? 10, we know. Now from 10 we are going to write here 0, that means again 1 will be in my hand. So 2 plus 1 equals to what? 4. So we are going to write here 4. That means she had collected rupees 402 rupees. She has collected 402 rupees and 25 paise. So we can write she got rupees 402.25. So earlier, so now why have I given here point? Okay, in all we can write she got rupees 402.25 in all. That means simply we can write total also you can write. Okay. So here what we are going to do? So in this case I have given the decimal point, but here I have not given. You see, decimal point is not there, here also not there. It was I was supposed to put here decimal point, but why I have not put? Here also decimal point used to be there. Here also we can put one decimal point. Here also, but why I have not put the decimal here? It is because in this case we have divided the amount into rupees and paise, but here we have written in the form of rupees only. Here 2 units are there, rupees and paise, 2 units. Here only 1 unit. So that is why here decimal point come. Okay. Understood what I said? So here you can see 2 unit rupees and paise. So that is why while writing this I have written also separately rupees in the column of rupees and paise, in the column of paise. But here what I have done, I have collected both the numbers. I have collected the rupees and paise and written this in 1 unit, that is rupees. So that is why here decimal point comes. Okay. So this is the answer for question number B. Now we are going to solve question number C. Now we are going to solve question number C. So Jaya's saree cost rupees 950. That means the price of his sari is rupees 950. If Lina's sari cost rupees 125 less, how much did it cost? So what we have to do, so you know the price of Jaya's sari, the price of or the cost of Jaya's sari is given here, but the price of Lina's sari is not given here. It is said that the price of Lina's sari is rupees 125 less than Jaya's sari. So we have to find out the price of whose sari is the price of Jaya's sari. Okay, so the price of we have to find out the price of Lina's sari, okay, which is not given here. The price of Jaya's sari is given here, but the price of Lina's sari is not given here. The price of Jaya's sari is rupees 950 and the price of Jaya's sari is rupees 125 less than Jaya's sari. So we have to find out the price of Lina's saris. Okay, so if we subtract we'll get the price of, if we subtract 125 from 950 we'll get the price of Lina's sari. Okay. Now we'll get the price of Lina's sari. Okay, so we know that we cannot subtract 5 from 0. That is why we have to carry 1. If we carry 1, then here instead of 0 we'll get 10. So 10 minus 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 minus 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we know that 10 minus 5 equals to 5. So here instead of 5 we'll get 4. So 4 minus 2 equals to, now 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 minus 2 equals to what? 2. So we are going to write here 2. And 9 minus 1 equals to 8. That means the price of Lina's sari is rupees 825. So we can write Lina's sari cost rupees 825. We can write, or we can write the cost of Lina's sari is rupees 825. 825. Okay. So now we are moving towards question number D. So what is question number D? Question number D is Mr. Sharma. Okay, Mr. Sharma went to the market with rupees 250. Okay, that means total amount of money he took. That means we can say amount of money he took while going to the market is rupees 250. Okay, so that means his total money was 250. He spent rupees 45 on milk. From that 250 he spent 45 on milk. That means he spent 45 rupees for buying milk. Okay, rupees 125 on sweet. So for buying sweet he spent 125 from this 250 and rupees 75 on buying apples. So we have to find out how much money was left with him. So we can write total amount of money equals to 250. We can write total amount of money equals to what? Total amount of money equals to rupees 250. Money spent equal to 45 plus 125 plus 75. Now money left. Okay, we can write total amount equals to rupees 250. Okay, money spent equals to rupees 45 plus money spent equals to rupees 45 plus rupees 125 plus rupees 75, which is equals to, if we add 45, 125 and 75, okay, if we add then we will get, if we add then we will get, we can write like this, 45, 125, 75. So we see, let's see what we get. So we know that 3 5s are what? 5 5 5. 3 5s are 15. So from there we are going to write, from 15 we are going to write here 5. 1 will be in my hand. So 7 plus 2 9 plus 4 13 plus 1 14. So from here, from 14 we are going to write 4. From 14 I have written here 4. That means 1 will remain in my hand. 1 plus 1 equals to 2. That means money spent equals to rupees 240. Money spent equals to rupees 245. So now we have to find out money spent equals to rupees 245. So now we have to find out the money left. Okay, so we have to find out the money . So we have to find out the amount of money left. So you can write money left equals to 250 minus 245. So if 250 minus 245. So if we subtract 245 from 250, we will get what? Rupees 5. So which is the answer? Which is the answer? So rupees 5 is the answer. Okay. So you can see the total amount of money he had while going to market equals to rupees 250. Amount of money he spent while buying the stuffs equals to rupees 45 plus 125 plus 75. So if we add 45, 125 and 75, we will get rupees 245. Now the amount of money left with him equals to rupees 250. So which was the total amount minus money spent equals to rupees minus money spent, which is 245 equals to rupees 5. The amount of money left with him equals to rupees 5. Okay. Next is question number E, answer of question number E. So what is question number E? So question number E is Hari earns rupees 143.65 every day. That means he earns rupees 143.65 in a day. His earning, so his earning in one day equals to rupees 143.65. How much does he earn in a week? So we know that 1 week equal to 7 days. 1 week equal to 7 days. If his earning for a single day, if his earning for one day equals to rupees 143.65, then his earning for 7 days will be more. If more, then we have to what? We have to multiply. So by which number we have to multiply? 143.65 by which number? By 7. Why by 7? Because here in question it is given how much does he earn in a week. How much does he earn in a week? And we know that 1 week equal to 7 days. So that is why we have to multiply 143.65 by which number? By 7. Okay. So we can write rupees 143.65. Okay, multiplied by which number? Multiplied by 7. Okay, now that means first of all we are going to multiply, first of all 143, yes, 143.65 multiplied by 7. Here we can see one decimal point. Okay, let me make it bold so that you can see. Okay, so first of all we are going to multiply 7 multiplied by 5. So we know that 5 sevens are what? 5 sevens are 35. 35. So from 35 we are going to write here 5. That means 3 will be in my hand. Okay, 3 will be in my hand. Now again we are going to multiply 7 and 6. We know that 7 6s are 42. 7 6s are 42. With 42 we are going to add what? 3. Which is equals to what? 3 plus 2 equals to 5, 45. So from 45 we are going to write here 5. Now 4 will be in my hand. Okay. So we know here we can see before 2 place the decimal point comes. So here also same thing we have to do, before 2 place we have to put the decimal. So 4 will be in my hand. Now we are going to multiply 7 and 3. We are going to multiply 7 multiplied by 3. We know that 7 multiplied by 3 equals to what? 21. 21 plus this 4. Okay, 21 plus what? 4. So now 4 plus 1 equals to 5. 2 will remain same. So we will get here 25. So from 25 we are going to write here 5. Again 2 will be in my hand. Now we have to multiply 7 multiplied by 4. We know that 7 4s are 28. So plus 2. 8 plus 2 equals to 10. So from 10 we are going to write 0. 1 will be in my hand. 2 plus 1 3. 28 plus 2 equals to what? 30. From 30 we are going to write here 0. That means 3 will be in my hand this time. Okay. 3. Now we are going to multiply 7 multiplied by 1. So 7 ones are what? 7 plus 3 equals to what? 10. So we are going to write here 10. So that means his earning in 1 week equals to rupees 1005.55. So we can write he earned rupees. You can write he earned rupees 1005.55 in a week. He earned rupees 1005.55 in a week. Okay. So the answer for question number E is 1005.55. Now we are moving towards question number F. Now we are moving towards question number F. So what is question number F? You can see Nita's doll costs rupees 243. Okay, so the price of Nita's doll equals to rupees 243. Raghu's remote controlled car cost 4 times as much as the dolls. 4 times as much as the dolls. That means 4 times. So 4 times. So we are going to multiply 243 by 4. 243 by 4. That means by using the price of Raghu's remote controlled car, Nita can buy 4 dolls. Okay, 4 dolls. So why? Because the price of Nita's doll is 4 times less than that of the price of Raghu's remote controlled car, and the price of Raghu's remote controlled car is 4 times as much as the doll. So here what we are going to do, we are going to multiply 243 by 4. 243 by, we are going to multiply 243 by 4. Okay. Why by 4? Because the price of his car is 4 times than that of her doll. Okay, so that is why we are going to multiply. So first of all, we will multiply 4 and 3. 4 multiplied by 3 equals to what? 4 3s are 12. So from there we are going to write here 2. That means 1 will be in my hand. Now we are going to multiply 4 multiplied by 4, which is equals to what? 16 plus this 1 equals to what? 17. From 17 we are going to write here 7. That means again 1 will be in my hand. Now we are going to multiply 4 and 2. 4 multiplied by 2 equals to what? 8 plus this 1 equals to what? 9. Though it will be what? 972. So we can write the price of Raghu's car, or the cost of Raghu's car equals to is rupees 972. We can write the cost of the cost of our Raghu's car is rupees 972. The cost of Raghu's car is rupees 972. So this is the answer for question number F. Now we are moving towards question number G. Now we are moving towards question number G. Okay. So question number G is a group of children, number not given. A group of children paid 4 children, 5 children, 10 children. These things not said. Simply said a group of children. It may be 10, it may be 20, it may be 4, it may be 3. So a group of children paid rupees 244 ticket, 248 for tickets at the zoo. That means the number of children paid, the group of children paid rupees 248 for tickets at the zoo. That means collectively they paid rupees 248. Okay, for the tickets. So if one ticket was for rupees 8, if the price of one ticket is rupees 8, then we have to find out the number of children are there in the group. We have to find out the number of children are there in the group. So what we have to do? We have to divide, in this case we have to divide 248 by which number? By 8. Okay, 248 by, in this case we have to divide 248 by 8. So when we will divide 248 by 8, we will get the number of children present where they are in the group. Okay, 248 divided by 8. So here we can see 2. First of all, we are going to divide 2 by 8, then 4 by 8, then 8 by 8. So here we can see 2. This 2 is smaller than 8. So that means we cannot divide this 2 by 8. So to make it divisible by 8, we have to take these two number, both the numbers. So if we take these two number, we will have here 24. So we know that 24 divided by 8. 8 ones are 8, 8 twos are 16, 8 threes are 24. So we can write here 3. 8 threes are what? 24. Now we have to subtract. 4 minus 4 equals to 0, 2 minus 2 equals to 0. Bring down 8 ones. Now we have to divide 8 by 8. 8 divided by 8 equals to, we know 8 ones are 8. Now 8 minus 8 equals to what? 0. That means we can write now the number of, there are 31 children in the group, or we can write therefore the number of children are 31. So anyhow you can write. Okay, so you can write there are 31 children, there are 31 children in the group. there were 31 children in the group. So this is the end of chapter 14. This is the end of exercise 14E, which is the last part of exercise 14. And here your course is also over. So if you have any kind of problem and doubt regarding the chapters, you may call me at night from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Thank you.